Hey, Dragon Slayers. It's been about 3 hours since my last meal. Blood sugar is 105. So I know that this is going to be shocking, but I try to be as honest and transparent as possible on my channel. So I didn't start doing a mostly carnivore diet until around the time I started this channel. So at the turn of this year. So it's been, about 60 days since I've been doing this. And carnivore raised my blood sugar. Ah! Yeah, trying to be a little dramatic. But yeah, it raised my blood sugar. Before, when I did keto, my blood sugar was lower. And now here's the thing that's so weird is that doing the ketogenic diet, I did it for like 4+ months. So I'm still only 2 months into the mostly carnivore diet. During keto, my blood sugar was lower, but it also fluctuated higher when I would eat some sort of carb or some sort of sugar of any kind. And I mean, there are a lot of opinions out there. Some people think that you have to abstain forever. I don't agree with that. I think that's not realistic for most people. I plan my cheat meals. I don't really have cheat days, but I plan my cheat meals. So, one cheat meal coming up that I've planned like over 3 months ago is Dominique Ansel. If you guys have never heard of him, he's amazing. He's like the world's greatest pastry chef. So, I love to try to his products, and he's got a new flavor cronut coming out in March. And I was like, okay, I really want to try it. Like, I'm going to eat a cronut on March 17th. And then I'm going to eat one of his cookies, maybe two of his cookies, because there's two different flavors. And I expect my blood sugar to go like, 180, 200 plus. But then the next day, I just get back on track. I try not to have a lot of sugar. And what I mean by a lot of sugar is different for different people. I try to limit myself to no more than once a month. About average, I will have a slice of pie, or I'll have a whole cookie, or I'll have like maybe half a pint of ice cream as opposed to just like 1 teaspoon. So I try to limit it as much as possible, but on occasion it's good to have that relief. You just have to play to your own psychology. This works for me. Some people have no self control at all, and maybe it is better for them to completely abstain. You just have to figure out, let this be your guide. This is what I found. And during keto, my blood sugar, I would say, was probably in the low 80s, typically, sometimes in the 70s. During the first 12 hours of the day, anytime I go beyond 16 to 17 hours of fasting, my blood sugar will always dip into the 80s for sure. But if I had any sort of thing off meal plan, my blood sugar would go out of control and it would stay elevated for a long time. So when I first started doing carnivore, I noticed that my average blood sugar was higher. So it was averaging in the 115 range, especially in the mornings. And I was very concerned. I was like, oh my gosh, like, why is this not working? But after about 2 weeks, that average kept coming down, coming down, coming down further. Now, 99.9% of the time, my blood sugar is usually between 90 and 100. And then within 2 hours after eating, it creeps back to like, like still below 100. In like the 2 to 4 hour mark, it can be in the 104, 105 range, but it almost never goes above 110 if I'm eating truly like carnivore, right? And so I mean, I've got my numbers for the past 90 days, right? So they don't lie. And in the past 7 days, my average glucose has been 95. And then in the past 14 days, average glucose has been 100. In the past 30 days, average glucose of 98. And in the past 90 days, my average glucose has been 103. I could not achieve these numbers on keto. And I'm not saying that you can't. Maybe you can, but that's the point of this, is that everybody's body is different. My body responds to carnivore better. And in fact, not only do I have more stable blood sugar, not only am I able to eat something that is slightly not carnivore, more frequently without serious consequences or having to fast for days to undo the damage, I feel stronger. I feel leaner. Now, I haven't lost any weight, but I haven't gained any weight, and I feel more alert, more alive, and that's why I advocate for the mostly carnivore diet. And yeah, that's what I've got for you guys today. And remember that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.